Welcome back to Old Charles. Today we are looking at the Philippine 5 peso coin from the year 1993. Many people see this coin in old collections or in drawers and they wonder if it has any real value. This coin is part of the history of the Philippines and it also shows how the currency of the country changed during the late 20th century. Collectors around the world often search for coins like this because they represent a specific period of economic and cultural development. The 1993 Philippine 5 peso coin was issued during a time when the country was modernizing its coinage. The design belongs to the new design series which was introduced after earlier coin sets were retired. The purpose of this series was to create coins that were easier to recognize and stronger for daily use. Millions of these coins were produced so they became common in circulation across the country. On the front side of the coin you will see the portrait of Emilio Aguinaldo. He was an important figure in Philippine history and he is remembered as a revolutionary leader and the first president of the Philippines. His image on the coin represents national pride and independence. Around the portrait you will usually see the name of the country Republica ng Pilipinas and the value of the coin which is 5 peso. The reverse side of the 1993 5 peso coin shows the seal of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. This seal represents the central bank of the country which is responsible for issuing currency and maintaining the stability of the financial system. The design of the seal includes symbolic elements that reflect the strength and identity of the nation. The coin was made using a copper-nickel alloy. This material gives the coin a silver-colored appearance and also helps it resist wear during everyday use. The coin weighs about 7.7 grams and its diameter is around 25 millimeters. These measurements were chosen so that the coin could be easily recognized by touch and sight. Because the coin was produced in large numbers during 1993, most examples that you find today are not extremely rare. Coins that circulated for many years often show scratches, fading and wear. These common circulated coins usually have only a small collector value. In many cases a normal circulated 1993 Philippine 5 peso coin may sell for around $1 or sometimes even less depending on the condition. However, the value can increase if the coin is in excellent condition. Coins that were never used in circulation are known as uncirculated coins. These coins may still have their original shine and sharp details. Collectors are often willing to pay more for such pieces. An uncirculated 1993 5 peso coin could sell for several dollars and sometimes more if the quality is very high. Another factor that can raise the value is the presence of errors. A mint error happens when a coin is struck incorrectly during production. For example, a coin might have an off-center design, weak lettering or unusual marks created during the minting process. Error coins are often rare and collectors enjoy searching for them. If a 1993 5 peso coin has a clear and unusual mint error, its price could become much higher than a normal example. Collectors also look at the grading of a coin. Grading is a system used to describe the condition of a coin from heavily worn to perfect mint state. Professional grading services can examine coins carefully and assign a grade. A higher grade usually means a higher value because the coin is better preserved. Even though the 1993 Philippine 5 peso coin is not extremely rare, it still has historical value. Coins like this tell the story of a nation and its people. They remind us of the leaders who shaped the country and the economic changes that happened over time. For many, the historical meaning of a coin is just as important as the price. If you have a 1993 5 peso coin, you may want to check its condition carefully. Look at the portrait, the lettering and the edges. If the details appear sharp and the surface looks clean, the coin might be worth keeping in a collection. It is also a good idea to store coins in protective holders so they do not become scratched or damaged. Another interesting part of coin collecting is learning about the stories behind each design. The image of Emilio Aguinaldo on the coin reminds collectors of the struggle for independence and the birth of a nation. Each time someone studies this coin, they are also learning about the history of the Philippines. In the end, the Philippine 5 peso coin from 1993 may not always be extremely valuable in terms of money, but it remains a meaningful collectible. Its design, its historical connection and its place in the new design series make it an interesting piece for collectors around the world. The Philippine 5 peso coin from 1993 is part of an important period in the monetary history of the Philippines. During the late 20th century, the country began updating its coins to create a modern and more durable currency system. The coin belongs to the new design series, which was introduced in 1983 by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas to replace older coins that had been used for many years. This series was created to improve the appearance and strength of Philippine coins. The new coins were easier to identify and were designed to represent important national heroes and symbols. The 5 peso coin quickly became one of the higher value coins used in daily transactions across the country. The 1993 5 peso coin features the portrait of Emilio Aguinaldo on the front. Aguinaldo is remembered as a revolutionary leader who fought for the independence of the Philippines and later became the first president of the nation. His leadership played a key role during the struggle against Spanish and American rule. Because of his importance in the country's history, his image was chosen to represent patriotism and national pride on the coin. The reverse side of the coin shows the seal of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. This institution is responsible for managing the country's monetary system, including the production of coins and banknotes. The seal represents the authority of the central bank and the stability of the Philippine economy. The introduction of the new design series happened shortly after major political changes in the country, including the People Power Revolution in 1986. After this historic event, the Philippines entered a new democratic era and the modernization of currency became part of broader economic reforms. Coins issued during the early 1990s therefore reflect both economic progress and national identity. The 1993 5 peso coin was produced in large quantities because it was needed for everyday use in markets, transportation and small purchases. It was made from a copper-nickel alloy, which made the coin strong and resistant to wear. Because of this durable metal, many of these coins survived for years in circulation. Over time, newer coin series were introduced in the Philippines and older designs slowly disappeared from daily use. However, collectors still search for coins from the early 1990s